This podcast is sponsored by naturalbossnh.com, New Hampshire Vape Gallery, and slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com. More on that later. Let's get into episode 54 of Talking with Topher. What is happening, TwT fans? I am so happy to be back. It is Monday afternoon. It's about 4 o'clock, getting started late. Want to say thank you to everybody who's been watching, subscribing, and sharing, commenting, rating, and reviewing. All of these things are so important to the podcast, and they really do help it grow week after week. So I just need to say thank you to all of you out there who are putting in the work for me. If you are new to the podcast, remember to subscribe, hit those like buttons, set those alarms so you know as soon as the new episodes upload, and remember to rate and review the podcast. It's so important, and I appreciate all of you who do it. Excuse me. I'm a little dry here, obviously. Oh, my God. The official email of the podcast is talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. That's talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. If you have a story, maybe it's not your story, it's somebody's story that needs to be heard. Maybe you just want to get a conversation started. Maybe you need some advice. Well, put it in the subject line and send the email over. You can send it to talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. That's talkinwithtopher@gmail.com, the official email of the podcast, and we will get that dialogue started. Also, you can follow me on all social media: Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, and Facebook. Go there. Follow. Great way to get some new content throughout the week. Again, that is Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, and Facebook. All right. And now that all of that is out of our way, what is happening this week with all of you out there? I will tell you that my week started off really good. Really, really good. Like, I think Sunday is the beginning of the week, right? I think we can almost all agree that Sunday is the beginning of the week. So I wake up at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, right? And I am getting ready to go out and grocery shop and start my day. And so I leave the house. I got everything together that I needed. I go to my first location and I'm shopping. Everything goes fine. It's not a big deal. And then I get to the second store and I am now shopping around. I'm almost done. I get out to my car. It's been about an hour. And my phone has got like 3 missed calls, 2 text messages, a voicemail. I mean, there's lots of stuff going on. I was like, what is happening? And then I realized it was my sister. And I'm like, oh, no. So I call her immediately as I'm driving to the third store. And I find out that my grandmother is hallucinating. Now, I don't know if I've talked about my grandmother on here at all, but she is 92. She's in a nursing home. So during COVID lockdown, we couldn't see her. There was a whole bunch of shit. If you have a loved one in a retirement home, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I get the phone call. I talk to my sister. I'm now driving to the third location. I get into a parking spot and she's telling me that my grandmother is hallucinating. And I was like, what do you mean? What's going on? And she has lymphoma. So that's cancer. Look it up. All right. It's not good. Lymphoma is one of those cancers where if you get it, it's not a good outcome. All right. So she had a lump underneath her armpit. It was bleeding for a while. Then it stopped bleeding. Now it has been reduced. It's reducing itself in size, which could be a good or a bad thing. I'm not really sure. Everybody says it's a good thing, so I hope it is. But then I get this phone call from my sister that says my grandmother has been hallucinating. She, I guess, what I would call tripping out, right? But she wasn't. She was hallucinating. I guess she left her house. She was seeing all kinds of blue lights, stuff like that. So she went out to the door. She was banging on other people's doors. It turned into a whole situation that night. And then my aunt got a phone call or my aunt gave her a phone call, like called her up, and she answered the phone, and she says that she was hanging out with a whole bunch of people. They were having a party. This guy's here. These girls are here. We're all hanging out, having fun. And then my aunt goes, "Oh yeah? Oh, that's great. Can I speak to this person?" Because she was naming the people that were there, I guess. My aunt told us. And she's like, "Oh, no, you can't talk to him. He's busy. You can't talk to her. She's busy. Everybody's busy." So my aunt kind of freaked out. She goes to see my grandmother. My mother has been calling me. She's going down to see my grandmother. By the time I got a hold of my sister, my aunt and my mother were already at my grandmother's. Now, that's in Peabody, Massachusetts. So, a little bit of a hike. Not much. 45, maybe 50 minutes, depending on traffic. So, it's not horrible. So, I'm in the middle of shopping. I'm like, okay, this is got to be very serious, because I've always heard when cancer, tumors in the brain, when the person starts hallucinating, it usually means that the tumor is pushing on a neurological spot to cause these hallucinations. And I'm thinking, obviously, the worst. And I'm like, oh my God, Jamie, she may not have much time left. And I told my sister, oh my God, I don't think she might have that much time left. We all got to get down there. So I get off the phone with my sister. I rush home. I start telling my wife, I'm like, yeah, this is going on. This is happening. We have to change the entire day. I know it was supposed to be fun and relaxing, but we got to put the groceries away and we got to get down to Mass now. So we're rushing around. We're trying to get everything together. We got showered. We got all our shit together, packed up a whole bunch of stuff, and got in the car and started heading towards the highway. Now, the highway is about 6 minutes from my house. So we were about 4.5 minutes on the road when I got a phone call from my sister again saying that she was already there. And she said, our grandmother is fine. She was put on a new medication that nobody knew she was on that causes these hallucinations. And I will tell you that trying to get back into the relaxing day we were supposed to have was next to impossible to pull off. I was like, oh my God, I've just gone from a relaxing day to absolute chaos to trying to relax again, and it just wasn't really happening. But I'm so glad my grandmother's going to be okay. I mean, we do have plans to go and see her on her birthday next Sunday. So she's going to be 93 soon. And I'm just really, really thankful that I get to go and celebrate that with her next Sunday. But man, what a fucking roller coaster of a time. I mean, just wild, because I don't know about you, but I really thought that it was over for her. I was like, oh my God, the cancer spread so far and now her brain's getting all messed up and it's just going to be, the end. And it turns out it's not. I'm not trying to be, but she's 93. She's turning 93. So her time is coming anyways. But whew, what a friggin' wild ride that was. What a wild ride. And I'm just glad that she's going to be okay. We're going to be able to go visit her. And Yeah, that's just not the phone call you want to get. Nobody wants that phone call. But now my question is, and this is what I had to deal with, are you prepared for that phone call? Because as much as I feel like I wasn't prepared for that phone call, I was prepared for that phone call. I rearranged, me and my wife rearranged the day so fast, and we were out the door within an hour. I had, because we got to shower, you got to cleaned up, you got to grab a bunch of stuff so you have shit on the road. You got to make sure the dogs are all taken care of before I leave. Not as difficult as making sure the kids are all set, but you're bringing them with you. You know what I mean? So in a sense, I just want to make sure they have water and they went to the bathroom and stuff so they don't tear up the house while we're gone. So it's just you had to rearrange everything. And my wife was such a trooper, like she always is, always there by my side, and just was like, yeah, we got this. Don't worry about it. Let's go. And then it turned out we could stay home, enjoy our TV day, and just do what we wanted to do anyways. But it was a heart racing phone call, to say the least. So I'm super glad that it didn't turn out worse than that. So it was just a crazy Sunday, a wild start to the week, and it was a nice day out yesterday too. So I got to enjoy the weather and stuff after that, but. Holy shit, man. That is the last phone call you want. Nobody wants that phone call. We've all got grandmothers. We've all got grandfathers. We got relatives. You got relatives. I got relatives. And you just never want that phone call. It's just like when my aunt passed. It doesn't matter if you communicate with the people a lot or not. If they're part of your family, for the most part, you know them. You know what I mean? You've maybe met them once or twice. Your parents usually bring you by. My dad's side of the family, I knew his mother. I knew his brother. And unfortunately, I wasn't there for his brother's funeral, but it still makes you sad. It still makes you sad. You still got to deal with the feelings, but it's kind of separated. So you don't, it's a different feeling. And I started going through all kinds of thoughts. I was like, man, I gotta be way more prepared for this phone call, because it's only a matter of time now, so. But that was my Sunday, and now it's a better Monday, a way better Monday. And let me talk about this. So the 5-day water fast has ended. Oh yeah, I'm so excited for it to be over. Actually, I don't know what is going on, but I really do feel like the more I take care of myself, the better my diet gets, the better health I get into. I find the fasting to be a little bit more difficult each time. And I don't know if that's the way a fast is supposed to go. I don't even know if I'm just playing tricks on myself. But I do know that by Saturday, the last day, day 5 of my water fast, I was doing nothing but thinking about food, planning out my grocery list. I had already bought stuff Saturday morning that I was bringing home for Sunday morning. Right, yeah. So Saturday morning, I bought groceries for Sunday morning. And I was already writing up more of the grocery list for Sunday. And I was putting together all my lunch, the lunch idea for Sunday, the dinner idea for Sunday. I was putting all that together. I just could not stop thinking of food this time around. It was pretty insane. And I accomplished it. And I love doing this in general. And I'm not doing this for you out there I want you to join me. If you want to join me, that's fantastic. If you don't want to join me, well, then you can watch somebody go through something that is what I find to be extremely difficult And you need a lot of discipline in your life to get it done. And I don't care. You can say I'm wrong. You can tell me I'm lying. You can say that fasting is easy. I still won't believe you. I just won't. There is not, I don't believe any one person on this planet can go 5 days without eating and be like, oh, that was super easy, dude. I had no issues with it. No way. People complain after friggin' 12 hours of fasting. So I am always very proud of myself. This is an accomplishment that I have given myself every 6 months to achieve, and I push it to the limit. Like, I started my fast, like I said, on the 6th, but I stopped eating on the 5th at 11. But I didn't start eating again until the 10th after midnight. So I went 1 extra hour this time. And that's just something that I do for myself. So, like, next time, I will probably chop another half an hour off. And I've been doing this the last couple fasts where I chop an extra half an hour off. So instead of eating all the way up until midnight, I ate up until 11:30 last time. This time I ate up until 11. Next time I'm probably going to eat up till 10:30. So I actually start my fast a little bit earlier so that when I end my fast at midnight, I got like an extra half an hour or I got an extra hour in. And it's just something that makes me proud of myself. It's how I kind of deal with my shit, you know. I just feel, I really feel like I need those extra steps. I have to prove to myself that not only can I do this for 5 days, but I can do a little bit extra. And you can push this a little bit further. So if you really wanted to, you could do it a little bit longer. You know what? The other thing, what I've always done is instead of when it turns midnight, starting to eat again on the last day, I would just go to bed. And then I'd wake up and then I'd start eating. So so I would eat. So, all right, here we go. We're going to start from the beginning. So before day 1 at midnight, I would eat up until midnight. Then day 1 would start, right? As of midnight, I'd go to bed. I'm not eating again for 5 days. Then when day 5 came, I would wait till midnight, or I would just go to bed at 10:30 or 11, just before midnight. Then I would wake up at 6 or 7 in the morning. So I would have fasted all that extra time. It's an extra 6-7 hours of fasting. Now, here's where the problem happened. And I found it to be a problem for me, for my body. What would happen is I would take my vitamins. I'd probably eat like an egg or two, and then I'd take my vitamins, and then I'd drink some coffee with MCT oil and a teaspoon of cacao butter, and, you know, just trying to get acclimated to normal. And my stomach would hurt. I would have really bad gas, or like not even gas coming out of my ass, gas, just burping. You know, I got a lot of stuff going on in the stomach, and the gas has got to escape. It went from empty to almost full within 3 hours of me waking up, and it hasn't done anything in 5 days. So you're like, so it's like, what is happening? So I would literally not take a shit for, I don't know, 24, sometimes 48 hours after a fast. And I was like, man, I can't keep doing this to myself. I've got to figure out a better way to get my fast in and to not make such a problem for me to take a shit. So this time, I stayed up until midnight, right? So I could eat. And then at midnight, I got up, I went to the cabinet, I did a lot of soft stuff. So I did 3 hard-boiled eggs, which are pretty soft. They're not too bad, and they're full of protein. And then I did like a protein cookie, and then I did some peanut butter, and then I did a yogurt. So all great building blocks. They've got, everything in them that I need to digest all of it, right? So, I eat a lot of coconut stuff. I can't have dairy. So I don't have any dairy. I have a lot of stuff that's like milk substitute or coconut, is the substitute. And it's just a lot easier for me to digest. And then I eat all this stuff, right? And I'm like, okay. And it wasn't like, I know I said a lot, but it wasn't like giant quantities of this. It was very small amounts, but there was a good amount of it to give me some proteins, nutrients, and something in my stomach. And then I went to bed. So now it's 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. I go to bed and I get up at 7:30. I think I pushed it to like 7:30. And I get up and I feel great. I was like, whoa, I've got a lot more energy than I anticipated. Feeling pretty good. Go downstairs. I can smell the coffee cooking. The pot's brewing. I'm like, oh, this is a heaven. I am so excited for today because I will tell you right now, yes, I was drinking decaf. It was an instant decaf. And I will tell you, oh, so gross. Definitely not my choice of something to have to try and wake you up. I was literally drinking it just so I could be like, oh, I'm having coffee in the morning. So, kind of it just keeping the routine, basically. But it was gross and I hated it. And to have my Starbucks brewed coffee in the morning with the MCT and the cacao butter is just heaven for me. I absolutely love it. I love the MCT oil. It really helps things get moving. So speaking of that, sure enough, I started having my coffee. I brush my teeth. I take my vitamins because I've got food in my stomach. So I was like, oh, I made a good base for my vitamins. So now I take my vitamins, I'm drinking my coffee, and I am just like enjoying all of this. Then all of a sudden, I get a little rumble in my tummy, and I have to go to the bathroom. And I was like, oh my God, is this really happening? So I go to the bathroom. I took my very first shit in the morning, right after a 5-day water fast. I was so excited because this is out of the 4 years that I've been doing this. That means 2, 4, 6, 8. So this is my 8th 5-day water fast. Okay. So this is the only one where I actually took a shit the day after a 5-day water fast. This has never happened to me. I've never done it this way. This is something new that I'm trying, and it worked. It worked 100% for me. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I felt really good. Like I said, I got to go shopping. I got to do all these things. And then, of course, I found out about my grandmother. Well, so now I come home and everything's going great, right? Now that I've gotten past that whole phone call. Stomach's doing good, digestion's doing good. So now we get into lunch. So what I did for lunch is I actually, it's the only way I can describe it is hamburger helper, right? So you got noodles, you got sauce, and you got meat. So we get these noodles at Trader Joe's. They're all vegan, not regular noodles. They're amazing. I absolutely love them. They have them on the wall in the cool section there, with all the vegetables and kombuchas. So they have to be kept cold. These aren't like dry noodles in a box. And I get those. I get some brown gravy. Just your regular brown gravy in a packet. No big deal. We all make sacrifices sometimes. And then a couple hamburgers, and then my wife makes magic happen. And I get a hamburger helper type of meal. And that was the second meal of the day. And because it was so mushy, I haven't really, my body is not going to absorb everything at this point. It's going to kind of pick and choose, and it's going to get rid of what it doesn't want because it's trying to rebuild itself now. Now it's trying to work again. And it just knows that it has a bunch of shit in there that it needs to get rid of, and that some of it needs to keep, but it may miss a few things here and there. So when I had the brown gravy, I did it this way because I knew that my stomach wouldn't get irritated by whatever's in the brown gravy. So I play games with my stomach too. If I know that I can kind of get away with something, then I will. And because I don't do it all the time. That's the thing. You can do it every now and then. It's when you start doing it like every day or 3 times a week. It becomes like a habit. Your body builds up a tolerance against whatever it is, and eventually whatever's bad in there will, it'll just happen. But that's what it is. It's doing everything in excess. So because I don't eat this way or with these certain types of ingredients almost ever, every now and then I can put them into the body and I don't get upset by it, mentally or physically, which is nice. But that meal there, that second meal, had a little bit of solid in it, right? And then it had a lot of moving parts, and then it had the meat, which was the protein. So it's all about calories, all about protein, and all about things that I can easily digest and have moving through the system so that my bathroom habits go back to where they were in a shorter period of time. That's the whole point of all of this, is eating this way after a 5-day fast for me has been the best way for me to get back to having everything work and being on my morning schedule again. So this is what I do. And my last meal of the day was mashed potatoes, because I find those to be the mushy part. You still want to, every meal, you want something mushy in there so that you have something to mix with the solid material. So you have something that could slide by the stuff that's going to take a little bit extra time to break down so that you don't get jammed up. You got to remember, you've been fasting for 5 days. So everything is shrank. Your stomach shrank. Everything is not being used. I mean, I didn't go to the bathroom to take a shit for 3 days. So when you're not using it, everything kind of relaxes, it shrinks. It's like, oh, I can take a break. And then you're like, okay, here we go again. And you want it to just work like it did. It's not going to happen. You gotta slowly alchemate your body back into digesting food again. So my last meal, like I said, mashed potatoes, spinach, steak. Oh my God, the steak. So fucking good. Oh my God. I'm telling you, going without food for 5 days and then eating, it really makes you appreciate just food and flavor. I'm not a foodie. I'm not. I'm a person that eats because I have to. If I didn't have to eat, probably never would. Because it gets in the way. Okay? So now that I've figured it all out for myself, my diet, how to do this fast a lot better, how to do these things better, it's turned into a little bit more than that. Like, I cook for myself now. I never used to do that, but ever since I got on this eating arrangement, now I have to cook for myself. I'll be cooking today, getting my lunches ready, cooking my dinner. I have to do these things now, right? Otherwise, it's not going to get done. I can't wait for my wife to do it. That's a fucking idiotic thing to do. But it's made me appreciate food a lot. Like, I have a great appreciation for a lot of foods out there, a lot of the work that goes behind prepping a meal. You really take a different look at it when you're not just eating at fast food, stuff in your face, just eating garbage. I feel like when you're eating healthier food and you actually have to prepare it, you have like more of a connection to that meal. And I'm not saying it's exact, but I feel like it would be like almost the same connection as if you killed the meat, right? If you killed the deer or you killed the elk, if you killed that animal, then you have a connection to that meal every time. Well, I kind of feel that way about the meals that I prepare, because I had to cook it. Now, I didn't have to kill it. I just had to go to the grocery store. But I had to prepare it. I had to cut it up. I had to cook it. I had to clean the dishes after, so it makes me feel more involved with the food that I put into my system. And I think that's a really good thing that's happened to me, but it was fasting that got me here. So it's just a great appreciation for food that I never used to have because I just thought it was an inconvenience. And now that I understand that it's extremely necessary to prolong my life on this planet, I have a better appreciation for it. So last meal of the day, and I eat that up. And then, of course, I end my night the way I always do with some great peanut butter. Now, the peanut butter I use, you have to mix it by hand. It takes 3.5 minutes to mix it. At least I've gotten it down to 3.5 minutes. And its sugar content is like 1. So it's very low in sugar. It's literally peanut butter and oil. It's so good. It's great for my body. It's great for protein. And then I have like a protein cookie and some coconut ice cream because I like ice cream. And I woke up the next Monday morning, which is today, and I will tell you everything was perfect. It was perfect. There was 3 of them this morning, and I just felt on top of the world. And I didn't feel on top of the world because I'm taking shits and whatever. I'm feeling on top of the world because I did this 5-day water fast better than I've done any of my 5-day water fast. Not only did I get into my 5-day water fast exactly how I wanted to, but I came out of this 5-day water fast exactly how I wanted to. I wanted my body acclimated and back to normal by today. And I got it. And it was because I ate after midnight to put some proteins and food in the body. And then I got to take all my pills, all my supplements, and I got to take I got to drink my coffees, and it's just everything went back to right where it was supposed to be. Everything has been working great. And it just makes me so excited because this is how I'm going to do my water fast from now on. This is it, I'm going to try and stop eating at 10:30, next time. But next time won't be till November. And of course, again, if you want to join me, I'll put that stuff up on the podcast and you'd be more than welcome to join me. But yeah, I think I'm going to try and stop eating, 10:30. And then I'm going to do exactly what I did as soon as it's over. Again, because it worked great. Like, I feel like $1 million. One of the other things that was happening on my on the water fast was, here we go, my weight. So when I started the water fast on the 6th, my weight was 151.6, which is a fat percentage of 16.9. And then I had the 7th, which was 148, 15.8%, 15.8 fat percent. And then the 8th, I was at 148, which I found interesting that I plateaued for a day. And then I went down to 145.2. So now we're at 15% fat. And then my very last day, 4/10, April 10th, was 144.4. So I was down to 14.7 fat percentage. So pretty cool, man. It turned out to be 7.2 pounds lost. And I will tell you, when I first started fasting, I was losing 10 to 12 pounds. And now I am staying pretty regular between the 6 and 8. And it's awesome because it's so much easier to put 6 or 7 pounds back on. I'm not doing this to lose weight, but you have to understand that if you fast, you're going to lose weight. You're going to lose water weight. You're going to lose probably some other weight. And then, you can choose to put whatever weight you want back on. Of course, I'm always trying to put more muscle, which is heavier in weight anyways. But then I weighed myself today. And today, after eating, getting back into it, running and lifting weights will be a little bit later. Probably tomorrow I'll start running. I might lift some weights tomorrow. I'm not sure. I could be feeling lazy, but I'll get back into it all by the end of the week. But I was at 146.2. So not bad. Within not even 48 hours. Within 48 hours, according to this thing, I put on 1.8 pounds. Yep. 144.4, and now I'm at 146.2. So just doing everything the way I did it showed me that I'm putting weight back on already, and we're good to go. I mean, it is absolutely incredible to do this because every time I do it, it's a learning experience for me. I am trying to get my diet together. I'm trying to get my body right, and this helps me accomplish that goal. It just helps me get closer and closer. And then hopefully one day I'll hit 165, which is my absolute goal. And right now they're saying that I am 18.8 pounds off of my goal. So I'm getting there. I'm trying it. And I'm just doing everything I can to kind of share my experience out there. I know the fasting is giant right now, right? Everybody's talking about fasting, intermediate fasting, this type of fasting, carnivore diet, vegan, da 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 da. So there's all kinds of shit going on, and I will tell you, I'm not vegan. I'm not doing a carnivore diet. I am just watching what I eat. I'm watching what I'm eating. I'm seeing how it reacts to my body. And if my body doesn't like it or it makes me feel uncomfortable after I eat it, that's what I take out of my diet. And I just keep it simple. I keep it simple like that. naturalbossnh.com. That's naturalbossnh.com. I've been talking about this website now for a year, and I am so excited to continue talking about it today. They have the best hand sanitizer I have ever used. And as you can see right there, it is great for inside the purse. I leave mine inside my car. I use it after shopping. I mean, it is just a great way to keep your hands clean and keep your mind clean of worrying about COVID or the flu. It's just incredible. Now I'm going to move to the top of the screen now, and you can see their lip balm, which for keeping your lips moist. They got beard oil, and of course the foot and body soak. Just great organically made products, and you can only get them here at naturalbossnh.com. That's naturalbossnh.com. Buy any one of these 5 organically made products or buy all 5 today. New Hampshire Vape Gallery is located at 180 Lafayette Road, Seabrook, New Hampshire, down the street from Home Depot and next to Smoke Rings. We're open 7 days a week from 10:30 to 8 p.m., and you can come in our store provided you wear a mask. Feel free to give us a phone call, 603-814-4171. And I just need to let you know that we have it all. That's right. New Hampshire Vape Gallery has got everything you're looking for. Pod mods, right? RPM 2, new Nord 4, amazing devices. One's a 60 watt, one's an 80 watt. They both have 3,000 watt internal batteries, and you can't beat the low cost of $55. We've also got all your disposables. You looking for hides, pops, Escobars, 2,500 puffs, $25. We've got them all in stock today. So come on down and come on in and get all of the disposables that you're looking for. Need flavored juice because you live in Massachusetts and you can't get it? We've got it all. You can't order online anymore, so now you need to come in store. This is the store for you. Look us up on Google. I'm telling you, 5-star reviews don't lie. We know what we're talking about, and we will help you find what you're looking for. I may not have the juice that you bought online, but I might have a flavor profile that you'll find just fine. And you can only get it all here at New Hampshire Vape Gallery, located at 180 Lafayette Road, Seabrook, New Hampshire, down the street from Home Depot and next to Smoke Rings. Give us a call, 603-814-4171, and we are open 7 days a week from 10:30 to 8 p.m. Slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com. That's slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com. I need to tell you about this website each and every week, and that is because they've got some of the coolest stuff. I mean, if you follow them on Instagram at Slowdown Clothing or at Slowdown Clothing Kids on Instagram, you know that they just came out with some brand new board shorts. This company does not let you down. They're always coming out with brand new products, and it's always so exciting. I mean, the colors, the quality product, the quality prints on the shirts, you just can't beat it. It's always 110% every product that they put out, and I just absolutely love them. And now with this new software, I'm sure you can see them if you're watching the commercials. But they've got neck gaiters, they've got a brand new crew neck sweatshirt, they've got their pullover heavyweight hooded sweatshirts, they've got their women's leggings with prints from ankle to hip. There are gloves. You can do whatever you want with the gloves. You're raking, you shoveling, you working on the car, working on your dirt bike. It doesn't matter. These gloves are going to be perfect. And then, of course, they've got shirts for kids, shirts for adults, with wild, amazing tattoo-inspired prints. I just cannot get enough of this website, and I don't think you'll be able to either. So that's why I'm telling you to go to slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com. That's slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com. And now back to the show. Excuse me. My nose is dry. But yeah, so about my nose, going back into surgery. Yeah, going in again. So I don't know if you can see this on the camera. I'll move in a little bit. But as you can see right here, it sinks in. Okay, turn to the side. See, it kind of sinks in. And if I turn to this side, this is raised. So I'll see. I think you can see it on the screen here. You can see where it bumps out, and then this side sinks in. So when I breathe in now with my undeviated septum, because it is fixed, I breathe in this side like a trap door. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to, what am I going to do? You know? So I call the doctor. All right. So I'm trying to get used to this new thing I got. All right. I got a new program. And as you can see, what I'm looking at on my monitor is now kind of visible for you at home. But it's called a nasal collapse surgery. So a lot of times what happens is if you have a deviated septum, right, you have to get it undeviated. So now my septum is undeviated. It's fixed, right? So both nasal passages work. And when I breathe in, that real open flow is this side here. And if you heard the little like rumble at the beginning, that is my right nostril. Its nasal valve has collapsed. And there's a couple different surgeries for this. Some of them are a little bit more invasive. They add in stuff. Mine is going to be like what's on your screen. I tried making it a little bit bigger, but I can't figure out how to zoom. So that's my own fault, and I apologize for that. But they're actually going to cut into my nose. So they're going to go up under my nose, right? Inside. They're going to cut long, and then they're going to cut short. And it's going to kind of give me a flap. All right? And then what they're going to do is on that flap, they're going to cut some of the top off, and they're going to cut some of the side off. Oh, I did this wrong. I'm trying to play with this new computer screen. I don't even know what I'm doing. But anyways, they're gonna cut from the top, and they're gonna cut from the side, right? And they're gonna make it smaller. And that way, when they fold it back in, there's going to be a gap. And now what they're gonna do is they're gonna sew the two pieces together to close the gap. And what that does is that tightens up the skin inside my nose, and it helps lift the nasal way. And he took the throat, ear, and nose doctor. He's a specialist in this specifically. Just want to make that clear. And what he's going to do is he's going to cut that material, sew it all back together, and he's going to fix my nose. So I should be able to breathe out of both nostrils, hopefully after this next surgery. Now, if I go like this, you see? That's me breathing out of both nostrils. It's crazy, right? It's such a difference. It's like you can just hear it. I'm sorry to keep doing that into the mic over and over again. I'm just trying to I'm trying to give you a better feel for what is going to be happening to me. And if you have this issue, I guess they don't find out until after the deviated septum has been fixed. Because without the septum being fixed, you really don't know if you have any support or canal problems, because the deviated septum causes so many breathing problems anyways. So some people after a deviated septum can breathe 100% and they're fine. But insurance companies do anticipate some people having more damage than others, like myself, and having to come in for a corrective surgery just to be able to use the septum that is now fixed. And that's where I'm at. So insurance should be covering this. It's not like I'm going to have plastic surgery and fix my nose. We're literally doing everything we can just so that both nasal passages are open and I can use them 100% without going like this on my face. And if you can't see me, I've got my finger under my right eye and I'm pulling up on my cheek. And that is what's allowing me to use my nasal, both of my nasals. So like when I'm running and stuff and I'm having trouble breathing, that's what I have to do in order to open it up and breathe, and it makes running easier. So I really can't wait until I don't have to do that and actually hold my face to be able to use both of my nostrils. So they're going to cut me open. They're going to shrink the skin. They're going to sew the skin back together, and hopefully it holds my nasal passage open so that I can actually breathe out of both nostrils. So I'm super excited. It's not going to be as intense. I'm still going to get knocked out, but I don't have to really miss any work. It's as long as I'm not getting, banged in the nose. So there'll be no jiu-jitsu class for like a week or so, maybe 2 at most. But I can go right back to work. So I don't need any time off from work. I just don't want to get hit in the nose. You know what I mean? So I'm really excited about that. And I'm also excited about this new program. I know I have to learn it better, but I thought that was really cool, right? You could actually see what I'm looking at on my computer screen. So that was exciting. Yeah, so along with this new program that allows you to see what I'm doing, so I'll just give you... Oh, that might be better. Here, let's click this. Let's see what this does. Nah, still too small of a picture. But anyway, yeah, so you can actually see what I'm doing on my computer screen, and I can actually clip it in, and look at that. Huh? Isn't that fun? That's fun. Trying to get a little bit more real around here, trying to get a little bit more professional, and it's taking me, well, a lot of time. I'm slow at learning. But we've also got the new Rodecaster. All right, you can see that right behind me. Oh, that's what I was supposed to hit. So that's good. I'm glad that worked. Not in my favor. Actually, the drum thing was probably funnier, right? I should have probably just left that. But, I mean, I got sound effects. I got, you can hear it, right? I hope you can hear it. This thing is clear, and I love it. I love the volume control. I love the, all the capabilities, this thing, its dollar value is perfect. I mean, if you are looking for the ultimate audio interface for your podcast, this thing hands down is the shit, and I love it, and I'm so happy that I just saved up for it. I saved up for it. I was only going to get it when I could afford it, and that's exactly what I did, and it was worth every penny. So now my microphones actually sound decent. My headphones sound decent. I've got ways for you to see what I'm doing on the computer screen clearer and better. I don't have a phone number yet. I'm still working on that part. But I also, if I play something on my screen, you're going to be capable of hearing that. But I've also got I can do sound drops now. I mean, there's so much I need to learn now with these 5 or 6 programs and this new piece of stuff that I've gotten over the last, I don't know, we've been working on this for like 3 weeks, and there is still so much for me to learn. But I'm super excited to have you guys experience it along with me. I just feel like it's more fun, And I do want to say thank you, Liquid Death. These guys, I drank 2 boxes of these motherfuckers throughout my water fast, and it was great. It was great. And yeah, I know, I'm still drinking water. It never stops. You should always, always, always drink water. It's good for you. I got sick of it. Towards day 4 or 5, I was totally sick of water, but now I'm enjoying it again. But these guys right here, bam. This is the water for me, man. Carbonated, uncarbonated. This stuff got me through that water fast. And another fun thing I found. All right. Check this out. This is little pouches of caffeine that I got. Look at these little guys. Bam. Little tiny pouch. This right here is a black coffee. Isn't that awesome? I think these things are great. I'm getting into these pouches, man. I am really trying to find good things to make life easier. And those nicotine pouches, they're good. I think I just have to get used to having a pouch in my mouth. And I also have to kind of get over the fact that I really enjoy this whole mouth to, the whole action of inhaling, blowing the smoke out, the whole thing. I just enjoy that, always have. But sometimes I want a coffee and I just don't feel like making a pot. I don't feel like having instant, and I just don't want to put in the work to make the coffee. These things, awesome. Amazon, 3 packages, $15. It's called Grinds, Grinds, coffee pouches, and you can get them at getgrinds.com. And I'm telling you about this because I think they're awesome, not because they're a sponsor. I gave one of these this morning to Tyler, and I had one for the first time today. I gave one to Tyler this morning after jiu-jitsu class, and I had to go outside and rip my dust shield off my rotor on my car this morning because it snapped and it was grinding against the rotor, so I had to snap that off this morning. And I was like, man, I really wanted my cup of coffee. And I was like, you know what? No, I'm going to have one of these. You have one of these. And we're going to go outside and fix my car. And that's exactly what I did. In the entire time I was fixing my car, actually this entire podcast, I have felt like I've been sipping on a cold brew. Every sip of that water tastes like a black coffee right now. Amazing. I am so glad I found these, and they have like 7 or 8 different flavors. Awesome, awesome product. Not a sponsor, but definitely a product that I'm going to have in my life. So I want to tell you about that. I thought they were cool, So Grinds coffee pouches. And I got the black coffee one because that's the way I like my coffee. Black. But yeah, those are all the things that have been going on. That's all the updating I'm doing. You can see the shelf and stuff behind me with all the new equipment on it. I'm super excited, as always, to see this stuff growing and getting better and just becoming a high quality product for you. And I just want to let you know that not only am I podcasting now, I am also editing and producing. So this is getting a little overwhelming. It's getting a little overwhelming. I will say that, but that's okay. We're going to go into the next thing. Current events. Boop, 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 boop. All right. So we're going to start off on a low note right now. I think this is just so sad, and I don't even know what is going on. I mean, there was another shooting this morning, so it's like, what is happening? But I guess this was in Dorchester, where this grandmother was sitting out on her porch, and she just got shot and killed. You know? And again, I'm going to say it right off the bat. This isn't the gun's fault. And I know that's what everybody was going to want to blame, or they already have blamed. I don't even know if I clicked on this link probably 3 hours ago and had it sitting up on the computer for me to kind of go over my own thoughts. I'm not even going to read it. It's just disgusting to me. Unfortunately, when I was looking for this article, I found a 6-year-old that got shot in the stomach by the same situation. I don't even know if it was the same area, but she just said, my tummy hurts, and the friggin' mother looks at her and she's got a gunshot to the stomach. And this is a 6-year-old, and now this is a 73-year-old grandmother who is sitting out on the porch. And what is going on? What is happening right now? I don't understand it. There was another shooting this morning with multiple victims. I mean, this is not the gun's fault, but we've got to try and contain this or help these people. This is just wild. I mean, it's insane, and I don't even know. I don't have anything good to say about it. I don't have anything. I mean, it's just kind of disgusting, you know, where you can't even sit out on your front porch anymore without worrying about getting shot, you know. And it's just like, maybe I should go through it. Boston police identified the victim. Officials have not yet announced the arrest in case. My mind is blank right now, said her daughter. It doesn't seem real. Brown, she said outside with her mother, was shot before 6 p.m. And at least 7 children were surrounding the elderly woman at the time. How could you be so reckless, careless, she said, referring to the children around her. It just shouldn't have happened. If you came to hit your target, you should have hit your target, but you missed your target and hit my mother. And I think that's the problem with reading this, is I'm not really sure if they've said why this happened. Oh, God. The daughter, so she was a grandmother, so the granddaughter was out on the porch with her at the time. She was 3 years old. So, like I said, there's no real information on why she got shot, or anything like that right now. It's a ongoing story. So, I just think it's so sad. And again, another point that this is not the gun's fault, okay? When this stuff happens, it's super, super sad. It is very disgusting, very disturbing, completely unwanted, but it's not the gun's fault. And I think that's why I brought it up. At this point in time, I've completely forgotten why I brought half of this shit up. Let's see. I thought this was super cute. and you guys probably already saw it, but I'm going to play it again. This is a mama bear. Now, this is cool. I can completely cut myself out and give you full screen. Yeah, I'm going to play around here. I hope you enjoy this. I promise, as things go on, I'll probably get a little bit better at it, but see now, full screen. Oh, man, I actually got to work on my side. Yes. Okay, so I should be able to hit play.
All right, it's the video that every parent can relate to. We've shown you this
and
video
I love the
of
fact
Mama
that
Bear having a hard time getting her
it's so cute
cubs
to see the
across
little
the
bears,
road.
right, going across the street.
Who actually recorded the video?
But you can hear the videos I'm playing now. See?
Mama Bear and 4 cubs.
And I don't know if I should be playing this. I mean, it's K-Pack. Who cares? It's just a news channel, right? But look at this. I mean, it's just adorable. And this is what we need in our lives, right? There's so much chaos. There's so many problems going on. There's so much negativity around us. We need to see a little bit of this in life.
But wait, someone's back. It can be a drag wrangling 4 little ones.
I think this shit's hilarious. Look at this.
Human mom can relate
Can you imagine picking up your kids in front of everybody like that? It would never work. Oh my God. Oh, internal affairs would be called, or whoever those people are, right? Isn't it internal affairs who takes kids away from children?
You're making a scene here.
Oh.
Someone on Twitter posted "Wise in Wise Guy" by replying,
But
"You want to be mauled?
I thought this was fun.
You get mauled."
I just thought it was really fun. You know, I think it's super cute, and it finally gets the little bears across the road, and I don't need to listen.
Felt for the mom.
Scottish comedian Janie Godley supplyation.
Jeez, I've not got a minute to myself. You, come here, mommy.
Oh, it's so funny.
And just when it seemed all 4 were safely once again to take matters into her mouth, as another cub followed in her footsteps.
There we go.
Aww. This is the kind of behavior that the bear crossed the road to. So,
I just thought that was so much fun, and I figured it would be a nice, easy, nice easy end. I was looking for some more laughter or something more fun, and I'm just playing along with this new program I got and trying to make sense of it. As you can see, I have to do all this stuff on my own, and this is how it all works, you know? Except everybody has a producer, you know? Rogan's got Jamie. YMH has got Nadav. You know, Josh Potter has any. So I don't have anybody. It's just me. So I just do the best that I can. And I'm going to end on this last article I found because I stumbled across this and I was like, no way. This is wild. So this one here is about Elon Musk. And if you know anything about what's going on in the world today, you might have an inkling of who Elon Musk is. But if you don't know about his Neuralink right now is being tested on monkeys. So they're taking a computer chip and they're putting it inside the brain, right? And then they take these monkeys and, you know, they have like this thing that dispenses bananas. And it's plugged into the wall and it has a little lever. And they taught the monkey, if you want to get the banana, you got to pull the lever, okay? So the monkey pulls the lever, the trap door opens and gives him a banana. So once he figured out how to do that, he kept pulling it. He wanted his banana. Mission accomplished by the scientists. Now he has the chip in his brain, right? The box per se has Bluetooth capability. I'm guessing that's what it is. It could be something different, neurological connectivity. Who the fuck knows what he's calling it, right? I don't know. I'm not a scientist and I'm not Elon Musk. But what I do know is that they unplugged the box. So now it's got no power. So the monkey is pulling the lever and the door is not opening and giving him a banana. So what I gathered from what I saw was that the monkey mentally told that box that I want that door to open when I pull on this lever. He pulls on the lever again. The trap door opens and gives him a banana. All done through Neuralink. Absolutely amazing. So cool. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, are you kidding me? And then I stumble across this today, which is Elon Musk's Neuralink could transition from implanting chips in monkeys to humans within a year. A year. They're planning on putting these chips in people's heads. Does anybody else find this extremely fascinating? That this is moving so quickly? Because I think the first time I heard of Neuralink was 2 years ago. Now, I'm going to have to assume without knowing that this has been around a lot longer than 3 years. But I think it's wild that they are going to be putting them in humans within the next year, which means 2022 is what I'm thinking, because this article was written. Look at this. There it is. Oh, can I play this for you? See? That's what I was talking about right there. That's the monkey pulling the lever, trying to get his banana. And then there's an actual video, but unfortunately it doesn't seem like I have access to it, which is fine. I get it. But you can't, like, you watch the video on this and they unplug it. They show you a moment in time where someone reaches up and unplugs the machine, and he's literally doing all of the things that it's supposed to do with power with his mind. So, yeah, so really, really cool stuff. I mean, I don't know if this is exactly where we want to go, but it's where he's going with it. Oh, okay. In 2019, Musk said it would be Musk said it would be testing the AI brain chips on humans by the end of 2020. Holy shit, we're here. Like, you ever wanted to live in the future? And then all you had to do is wake up. We're already here, people. We are already here. We don't have to we don't have to be like, oh, I wish I lived in the future. I wonder what that's going to be like. We are in it right now. This is it. This is the ground. We are on the ground floor right now watching all this shit happen. It is mind-blowing. I absolutely love this. So these are the current events for me today. I just think it's wild. So that's everything that's it. That's the show. That's the podcast. I hope you all enjoyed that. I hope you like the new sound. I'm hoping you find it crisper and clearer. I know in my headphones it sounds amazing. I know when I hit some replays on some test recordings that I did, it sound incredible. So I am very satisfied, and I hope you really enjoyed all of that today. And I hope you like the current events. I hope you like the whole podcast. You know what I mean? That's my hope. And now I just need to say thank you to everybody for everything, for the support, for subscribing, for rating and reviewing, for sharing this thing. Keep it up. Keep it going. That's what makes the podcast bigger. That's what keeps me coming back week after week. And that's why I keep trying to make this better and better, because if it was the same old thing, I don't think any of you would be returning week after week. Now, if you are new to the podcast, please remember to subscribe, hit those like buttons, set those alarms so you know as soon as all the new podcasts upload, especially the brand new extra bonus episode 420. It's coming soon. I'm excited. One of my favorite days of the year. I have to work this year, so I will enjoy it with you through the podcast. And of course, share this thing. Spread it around. If you're enjoying it, I know someone you know will probably enjoy it just as much as you do. Again, the official email of the podcast is talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. That's talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. Put whatever you want to talk about in the subject line. We'll get that dialogue started. I'm looking forward to hearing from all of you out there. And again, as always, social media. Don't forget to follow me. Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, and Facebook. Great place to get some extra content throughout the week. I always let you know when the new podcasts are uploading. Doing my thing day after day, and I'm just putting it up for all of you to see. So again, that is Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, and Facebook. I hope everybody enjoys their Thursday and the rest of the week. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll talk to you later.